incredible morning. My name is Sheree Honeycutt, and I'm going to be your MC this morning. Welcome to the 25th anniversary of Jackson County CASA's Light of Hope Breakfast. Thank you all for being here this morning. I want to say thank you. Thank you for showing up for the kids, for CASA, and for the community we all believe in. As I said, I'm Sheree Honeycutt. I have the joy of being your MC this morning. The name Light of Hope is no accident. Like the first light of dawn, it is exactly what CASA provides to kids in foster care who've experienced abuse or neglect. A light to guide them, people to stand beside them, and hope to carry them forward. I serve on the board and I'm a volunteer advocate, so I've seen firsthand how CASA has changed lives. But my connection to CASA goes even deeper. I spent 2 years in foster care when I was a teenager, and I didn't have a CASA. I know what it feels like to go through the system without someone solely focused on your best interests. That's why I volunteer today, so that children or siblings don't have to walk that path alone. I show up to be the light that I needed. I show up to help them see what's possible beyond foster care, a future full of joy, stability, and love. So, from the bottom of my heart, as a former foster teen, a board member, and a proud CASA volunteer, thank you. Thank you for being here today and standing with the children that we serve. You're making a difference. Now, CASA would also like to take a moment to thank our lead sponsors, Gary and Kathy Bussing, Shook, Hardy, and Bacon, the Lockton Companies, the Ronald and Kelly Lockton Family Foundation, Victor Waveda, Sandy and Ed Freed, Kowalski Family Foundation, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Kansas City, Brian and Linda Johnson, Colliers, the McDonald Foundation, Madeline McDonough and Dr. Sid Slayton, Susan Stanton, U.S. Engineering, and a big thank you to all of our elected officials and members of the court here with us this morning. Now, a full list of event sponsors are in your program. Thank you all for your generous support of CASA and serving as a light of hope for kids and families in the system. Thank you so much. Now, here is what you can expect for your morning. So first, you're going to learn more about CASA's mission and our impact. Then we're going to honor some very special people with the Light of Hope Award and the Teresa Rabideau Award for Volunteer Excellence. And then finally, most importantly, you are going to hear directly from our youth about the realities of being in care, how CASA helps, and what you can do to support them and the hundreds of children in CASA each year. But before we do all of that, just a reminder, thank you to the Kansas City Chiefs and the Hunt Family Foundation. We have some special items up for raffle today, so be sure to stop at the raffle table on your way out to purchase tickets, and we're going to announce the winners online by the close of business today. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the chairperson of CASA's Board of Directors, Jackie Ward.
Good morning. Thank you, Sheree. I echo Sheree's comments of thanks and welcome you all. My journey with CASA began 19 years ago while I was in college at Kansas State. My sorority, Kappa Alpha Theta, is the national philanthropic partner with CASA programs around the country. Theta introduced me to CASA, and I completed my training to become a volunteer at 2006 at the age of 18. I've been hooked ever since. I've served over 20 children and seen many beautiful outcomes of kids being reunited with healthier, safer parents or placed with loving extended family members or kin for the long term. Unfortunately, I have also witnessed heartbreaking outcomes for children and families, including separation, losing battles to diseases like addiction, and even loss of life. The reality is the child welfare system is complex, and at times it can be downright damaging, which is why Jackson County CASA exists. We serve as a child's voice in family court so that kids do not fall through the cracks while in the system of foster care. We provide critical information to the judges and commissioners that are making the life-changing decisions about where a child should live, what services they should receive, and their long-term planned permanency. Most importantly, we ensure the child's voice is centered in the process and that court is made aware of their individual wishes and needs, and the data shows that it works. Children with a CASA team spend less time in foster care, are much more likely to reunify with safer, healthier parents or remain within their family system, and are less likely to reenter the system due to abuse or neglect. There are more than 900 CASA programs across the country, but Jackson County CASA is especially unique. Whereas most programs have volunteers who work closely with staff supervisors to provide the court with information, Jackson County CASA has the added expertise of attorneys on staff serving as the children's guardian ad litem, their GAL. Together, the volunteer, their staff supervisor, and the child's GAL work hard to ensure CASA's children have a voice in what happens to them and that they receive a safe, permanent home as quickly as possible. I'll leave you with this. My work as a CASA volunteer has helped to change the trajectory of a child and their family's lives for the better. Please join me in being a beacon of hope, lighting the way for the work of CASA and the child welfare system by becoming a CASA volunteer or referring a friend. If the time isn't right to volunteer, please consider a gift in support of the CASA today so that we have the resources necessary to serve the more than 1,200 children we will see this year. Thank you so much for being here today, and thank you for your support in the children we serve.
Jackie, thank you, and thank you for your service as a CASA volunteer. Good morning. My name is Angie Blummel, and I have the honor of serving as the president and CEO of Jackson County CASA for the past 8 years. And in fact, I celebrated my anniversary just last week. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And every year on my anniversary, I take a moment to reflect on why CASA is so special to me and to you and to so many others in the community. It's just a very special place. And I'll say that, 8 years sounds like a long time, but actually I'm a relative newbie with the organization. When I look around the room and I see donors that have been donating for 20 plus years, I see volunteers who have been with us for 10, 15, 20 plus years. I see staff members, where's Robin Hansen? 26, 27 years. It's just incredible to me the level of commitment that you all demonstrate to the organization, and I could not be more grateful. So as I was reflecting and thinking about my time with CASA and the many wonderful volunteers and staff members and donors, I thought, why is this place so special and meaningful? And for me, it comes down to the people. It's all about the people of CASA, because CASA people are special people. And it begins with the children that we serve. They're really amazing. Kids in foster care, you hear foster care and you think about trauma and difficulties, but really, they're just kids. We serve children from infants all the way up to age 21, and we're able to stay connected with them beyond in their young adult years so that they have the support that they need. And again, they're just kids. They have hopes and dreams. They like to have fun. They like to be goofy. They love their family. They are loved in return. But what is unique about the children that we serve is that they are experiencing foster care. And that means experiencing a lot of change. They may be moved from placement to placement. They may, receive new medical and therapeutic providers. They might have to change schools and leave their friends and teachers that they love behind. It's a constant state of change. And enter CASA. That's where we come in. And we provide that caring, consistent adult, a person in their corner, so to speak, who walks with them through the journey that can be quite a maze, actually, that is foster care, that is the child welfare system. The volunteers and staff of CASA ensure that our children's needs are being met every step of the way, and also that their voice is centered in everything that we do. When people ask me what I do for a living at Jackson County CASA, I skip the boring stuff. Board meetings, sorry, board. They actually are quite interesting and really a lot of fun, but skip the board meetings and the budgets and that kind of thing. And I tell the story of the mission of CASA through our staff and volunteers. Stories like, and I'll share just a few with you, the volunteer who recently helped an older youth apply for and secure a full ride scholarship to KU in the fall. Where's my Jayhawks? KU, all right. Don't worry, we also have some kids at MU and UCM and all the good places in Missouri as well. Other stories like the attorney who ensured a young child be placed with her grandma where she feels the most safe, but also receives regular visits with her mom. The staff member who arranged for a father reunifying with his infant to receive a new car seat and crib so that he was ready to take her home. The donor, I'm looking around for him, the donor who regularly drops off Uber gift cards for our kids so that they have reliable transportation to meetings and job interviews and things like that. The board member who introduced a child and his aunt to a scholarship opportunity with a local college preparatory school. These are just a few of the ways in which CASA staff and volunteers show up in ways small and large, day after day for our kids. And this wouldn't be possible without your support, without you. You do things and you show up for our kids and for CASA like donating back to school items, ensuring that our kids and families have gifts at the holidays, sponsoring children to attend Carnival for CASA at no cost, collecting diapers, clothing, toiletries, whatever our kids need, and hosting us with your group to talk about our need for CASA volunteers. Thank you. And now I'd like to take a moment to recognize very special people in the room with us today, the staff, volunteers, and board of CASA. In your program, you'll notice, and I have to point this out because I just love it, you'll notice an insert with the names of our CASA volunteers and their years of service. And I think it's always important to mention that we have someone in the room with 25 plus years of service, John Baglio. So you might also recognize that as you look at this list, that the names of several staff and board members on the list. This is because not only do our staff and board work so hard for the organization every day, they are also CASA volunteers. They truly walk the talk. If you are a CASA volunteer, a staff member, or board member, please stand so we may recognize you for your dedication and commitment. Thank you. I'll leave you with this. Soon you'll hear directly from one of our amazing, brilliant, incredible, funny, older youth who says, CASA helps children to not only survive foster care, but thrive and live with hope for the future. I thank each and every one of you in this room today for your role in lighting the way for our kids and instilling hope. CASA people truly are the best people. Thank you. Thank you for being here today. And now I'd like you to take a moment to enjoy your breakfast, to connect at your tables, maybe meet a CASA volunteer and find out what they do. And we'll return with our program in just a moment. Thanks again.
Welcome back, everyone. Our live. I hope you had a chance to connect and have a few good conversations. You are in great company this morning. You are surrounded by some of the very best people in Kansas City, CASA people. Since 2010, the Light of Hope Award has honored individuals and organizations and corporate partners who've made powerful, lasting impacts on Jackson County CASA. You'll find a list of past honorees in your program. Each one is a reminder of how much can be accomplished when people step up for kids in foster care. This year, we are proud to recognize the Hunt Family Foundation for their unwavering commitment to the children and families that we serve. Their support has helped CASA shine brighter and reach farther, and we are honored to celebrate them this morning. Thank you so much.
Good morning. Tavia and I certainly wish we could be with you today as you gather in support of Jackson County CASA. We firmly believe that CASA and the Kansas City Chiefs are two winning teams, working together to make a difference in our community. My family and I are honored to be presented with the Light of Hope Award, recognizing the Hunt Family Foundation for its contributions throughout Jackson County and the entire Kansas City region. One of the foundation's core pillars is to support children and families in crisis. And we are grateful for the work, dedication, and expertise of Jackson County CASA as they work to pursue that same goal. This fall will be our 41st Chiefs Charity Game, a tradition started by my father to give back to the Kansas City community. Over the past decade, the Chiefs Charity Game has raised more than $7 million for tremendous organizations like the Children's Place, Cornerstones of Care, MOXA, and CASA. We hope you'll join us this August as the Charity Game highlights CASA's mission to be a voice for the voiceless and to support children who have experienced abuse or neglect. Thank you for being here this morning, and thank you to Jackson County CASA for this heartwarming recognition. And as always, go Chiefs.
Kelly is an expert on the children that she represents. So if she is walking into court with me, I know if I don't know the answer to a question that the commissioner might have, that she's gonna know it. So she's incredibly supportive in that sense because I know she's gonna be there and she's gonna know the answers.
She truly believes in the futures of all of her CASA youth and focuses on their strengths, which makes the other team members believe in their futures as well.
I think Kelly's just that person who has a giving spirit. She's a helper because it comes so natural for her and she has so much wisdom and knowledge around it. I think that's just who she is at her core.
I became a CASA volunteer nearly 10 years ago. I really had never heard of CASA until my daughter became a supervisor at the CASA office here in Jackson County. And she suggested, Mom, I think this is something you should really look into. So I did. I worked with children in special education for over almost 28 years. I knew I could become very comfortable sitting across from a child I hadn't met before, so I wasn't intimidated by that experience. That first case I was assigned, there were 4 children in the case. They ranged in age, I believe, from like 9 to 4. And one of the things I learned in training was come with an activity. Come with something that isn't questions or pressure or anything that might make the child feel on the spot. So I was very nervous. I rang the doorbell, even though I felt pretty comfortable around kiddos. Rang the doorbell, came in, I brought colored pencils and a bunch of different coloring sheets. And instead of sitting at a table, we just used the coffee table. I sat on the floor with them, they all kind of gathered around, and we just talked about our pictures. And I think we colored for about 45 minutes. I have these kind of mantras that I keep in my head. It's the kid first, it is the kid always, placement providers, therapists, teachers, children's division workers even, all are on the team and they all want the best for the child. But my role is to really focus in on that child. And if I feel like I wasn't listening well enough, I'll tell them I goofed up there. And when they see my vulnerability, I think it also opens up them to feel more comfortable with me too. I'm not somebody who's the boss or in charge. I'm somebody there to walk with them side by side through this experience.
a lot of her CASA youth. Kelly is the only person on the team that they feel comfortable and safe meeting with. Their faces light up when she is on a meeting. She's always asking about their day and making sure that their voices are heard and amplified.
Kelly told me once that every child needs somebody who answers the phone. And Kelly is that person for the children that we have represented together. She was talking about a specific child who had a lot of phone calls and a lot of text messages coming in, and she said, "It doesn't matter what I'm doing, I will pick up the phone call for that child." And that is why she is the award winner.
There's no price tag on the relationships that are built between volunteers and older youth. And it, like I said, it doesn't stop when they turn 21. Some of our youth, that's the only positive support they have. And with Kelly, I don't know why, I'm just so grateful that she does.
I think that people might look at kids in foster care and think trauma kid, abuse kid, hungry kid, sad kid, and it's not true. It's just kid. They're just kids. There are kids who are funny, there are kids who are inquisitive, there are kids who are anxious, there are kids who are challenging, just like all kids. They're kids.
I was just asking Kelly, how many years have you been a CASA volunteer? She's been a volunteer for 6 years, so that's incredible. Oh, sorry, 10. Oh, that's me. I didn't hear. Yeah, I don't have my hearing aids in this morning. 10 years. Like I said earlier, I'm a relative newbie to the organization. Kelly's been with us 10 years, and so many volunteers out in the crowd who've been with us 10, 15, 20 years. So thank you again, and congratulations.
That is an incredible story. And that's how it is for me too, you know, working with these kids. It's just such an incredible experience that I never realized that I could do. So earlier I shared that I experienced foster care as a teenager. And that was an incredibly difficult experience for me that made even harder by the fact that I didn't have a CASA team by my side. But while foster care is part of my journey, it's not my whole story. I went on to go to college and I graduated with a degree in communications. I became a television journalist and I was hired and promoted as the spokeswoman for the city of Kansas City. I married my wonderful husband, and in just a few weeks, I'm going to be graduating with my master's degree from Mizzou in strategic communication at the top 10% of my class. Now, I don't share that to talk about me. I share it to show that foster care doesn't define who you are or what you're capable of. And the people you're about to hear from are living proof. Yes, they experienced foster care, but that is just one part of their story, and I think you will agree, after hearing from them, they are extraordinary people on their paths to success, as they define it, not by their time in care.
I am 20 years old. I've been a CASA kid since 2021. I love it here. I will always be a CASA kid. That's it, that's me.
I've been in care for 6 years now. I'm planning on double majoring in history and nonprofit management.
I'm 19 years old. I've been in the foster care system for a majority of my life. I'm just bouncing around from place to place, house to house. I'm looking towards college, I work, and I'm just enjoying life the best way I can.
The CASA House Committee. Shortly after I came over to the Older Youth Program, Claire Terrebonne talked about an Older Youth Advisory Board. I really think this would benefit CASA. I want to know if you want to share. I would like to know your experience in child welfare. I would like to know what your experience with CASA has been and how we can improve. So we got some really great conversations around that.
I think the way that I describe it to my family or my friends is a space of community and advocacy for and by older youth, which is something very foreign to the foster system. I think we're forgotten about a lot, and it really is a place of connection and advocacy for, I think, the small sliver in the foster care that need it the most.
And being in foster care, like I said, took up a whole bunch of my life. So I was like, well, I've experienced the bad parts about it, so why not try something that could, give me a good experience. And what we do is we meet, here and there quarterly, I would say, and we just get together and we talk about issues, things we want to change, things we want to see. And I just love it because it's like a second family to me, especially somebody who has moved around so much and hasn't really had a family.
I'm going to go back to what my youth said to me one day. It's not my fault I'm in foster care. I didn't do this, but I'm the one who had to leave my home.
So when I first came into care, I was scared.
Not being certain of what you're going to eat, not being certain if you're going to come home to a happy mother or, a mother who's angry. The uncertainty is so scary. So it's like you want to get away.
I think we're more than the pity stories that we were born into, and we're more than the misconceptions that a lot of people have. And I think above all, we're kids trying like any other kids, and we do it with a lot more obstacles. And I'm very proud of myself and every other older foster youth that is continually trying to this day.
We are very educated. We are very well-standing. We are very kind. We are very loved. We are very loving. We are greatness. We are the best. We are CASA kids.
I think that is the biggest thing that I would change. Is I wish there was more cohesiveness within the programs that exist, because if foster youth are already lacking connections and communications and support systems, why are we making it harder? So it can be really isolating.
We are real people. We're not robots. We're not just people you can tell no and sit down and shut up. Like, we're going to grow up to be adults, So I just think that we should be given the time to grow and progress and feel without having to be ridiculed or embarrassed or put down. So
I would say number one, communication. I feel like if there was a really solid plan of communication between all of the organizations and the companies that have to do with child welfare in general, I think that a lot of things would go a lot better.
This group of youth are truly the most empathetic, supportive people you will ever meet. It is humbling, it is empowering, it is emotional, it is all the things.
I think I'm on a great path of securing a place to live and being a responsible adult, and I think above all a respectable and a good person. And that's really the most that I want out of life.
I have so many unlimited opportunities. I don't just have one avenue I have to go down to make sure that I don't fall or that I don't fail. Like, even if I do fail, I'll still be okay, because I don't have to survive anymore. I can live. So yeah.
I know it's such a broad spectrum, but I want to live, and I want to be happy, I want to be sad, I want to be mad, I want to feel all the things of life. I want to be here, I want to help people out on the streets, and I want to be able to go to the top of a roof and yell my head off just because I can. I want to live because a lot of people don't, and to live is probably one of the best things that you can have in life, but a lot of people see over it. So I want to be one of the people who actually cherish that and take that into heart. I love living. It's my favorite thing in the world. Thank you. I'm living. My name is Ajanice Johnson, but you can all call me MJ. That stands for Magic Johnson, not Michael Jordan, if you get what, you get the correlation. You just saw me in the video up there. Excuse my sniffles. It always touches my heart when I watch that video. I love everyone in the video. Oh, that's my family. I know Michelle's in the crowd. She's proud of me, and Mariana and Levi right now. We're her kids, and we do anything for her as she do the same for us. I'm here as the president of the CASA House Committee. One of the things, sorry, I'm trying to get myself together. Thank you guys for this opportunity to share our stories with you guys. We really appreciate it. I'm here as the president of the CASA House Committee. One of the things that we love about CASA is the staff and the volunteers. They ask what we think, and they listen to what we actually have to say. Not only do they listen to us, but they also encourage us to take some sort of action. Like they encouraged me to stand up in front of all of you at 7 a.m. It's like 800 of you, I'm really nervous. Thank you for being here. This morning, I'm here to actually encourage all of you to take action as well. If what you heard in our video connected with you in any way, or if you want to see other kids in foster care be able to make the progress that we've made, if you agree that every child in foster care should also have a CASA volunteer, then please take action this morning to help make that happen. I'm sniffling, I'm sorry. Every one of you can make a difference in some way. Right now, there are a lot of kids assigned to CASA who don't have a volunteer. That means that they don't have a Michelle, they don't have a Steve, and they don't have a Kelly. No one to listen to them, no one to explain everything that's going on, and no one to tell them that everything's just gonna be okay eventually. You could be that person for them though, if anybody wants to. If you wanna learn more about being a volunteer, you can go to CASAKC.org, or you can talk to Ashley outside the doors. She has information as well. We can get you guys what's that called? We could get you guys a tour about being a volunteer, and you can also sign up for an interview. If you think that you know someone who would be great at this, help them find CASAKC.org and tell them how they can help as well. And if you really want to give every child the opportunity to have a consistent, caring adult in their lives like me, then please donate today. There are envelopes out on the table for checks. There's a QR code that will take you to a donation page, and you could donate from the link that just came to your phone. There are even people out in the hall who will take your credit card. That's my girl, Ashley. If you can't find her, I have cards in my jacket. I will 100% give them to you. You can call her anytime. There are even people outside who take credit and debit cards. You can tap, scan, whatever you like. Your support means that kids like me, Mariana, and Levi can leave foster care with the support we need to pursue our goals in life. We have a lot of things we want to do. If you want to make a difference and you want to make a child smile, or you want to make a child feel the happiness that I feel every day walking around with Michelle, please do anything you want to help us out. We really, really, really would appreciate it. It's been a pleasure speaking to everyone this morning. I really thank you for being here. I love you all. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
That was awesome, MJ. You did an amazing job. So at the center of your tables, the centerpieces, very Chiefs themed. And that is because in 2024, Jackson County CASA had the just huge honor of being named the beneficiary of the Chiefs charity game. And with our honorary co-chairs, Patty and Don Kincaid, in our first year, we raised $450,000 through the Chiefs charity game. So a huge thanks to the Kincaids and to all of the supporters and sponsors. We are so fortunate to be partnering with the Chiefs again this year in 2025. Although we don't know the date of the game yet because that's controlled by the NFL, you all are invited. We would love to see you. We think it might be sometime in late August, maybe even early September. We'll see, but we'll keep you posted. But you certainly are all invited. And we are so grateful to be working with the Chiefs again on this really exciting opportunity. As part of our partnership with the Kansas City Chiefs, they produced an absolutely fabulous video for us about CASA, and we wanted to share that with you today to get you a little excited about the 2025 game.
God did not create us to be alone. He put people in our lives to help us. He intentionally coordinates and ordains specific things to happen for our benefit.
I chose to be a CASA volunteer because the kids that go into care into CASA just need an adult who cares for them. They need a constant adult who cares for them.
There's so many kids out there that need someone. They need someone to lean on. CASA volunteers, they make the kids feel like what's happened to them is not their fault.
Being able to join an organization such as CASA, I feel as though I can relate to these kids based on my past experiences, and this allows me to advocate for them and give them a voice when they don't have one.
The CASA volunteers, they want to see good things happen to and with and for the children.
At some point in my life, I started asking myself, what have you done for somebody else today? I have no reason to expect anything in return. I just want to do something for somebody else.
What I believe makes a great team is having the collaboration within the entities that are all driving towards a common goal.
I think a good team is it's a beautiful combination of respect, it's a beautiful combination of adoration, it's a beautiful combination of camaraderie, just wanting the best for everybody involved.
I want to thank the Chiefs cheerleaders are here with us today. We also have Casey Wolf, if you want to stick around and take some photographs. We will have that available this morning. And also don't forget, before Sheree Honeycutt closes us out, that we have raffle items available today. So be sure to grab your ticket on the way out to win one of our amazing Chiefs signed items. So again, a heartfelt thank you for being here, getting up early, and just showing up for our kids. MJ, Mariana, Levi, and the other 1,200 children that we will serve this year. Appreciate your attendance and appreciate your support. Thanks again. Sheree?
Thank you. Thank you to the entire CASA House Committee for sharing your wisdom and your heart with us this morning. MJ, you did an incredible job. Now, before we wrap up, just a few quick reminders. If you're parked in the Loews or Arts Garage and you need a parking voucher to exit, just get one at check-in. Don't worry about it. You are all good. Also, don't forget to purchase those raffle tickets that Angie was telling you about, and be sure to swing by our volunteer table to learn about how you can become a CASA volunteer and make a difference. But most importantly, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for shining your light and for bringing hope to kids who need it most. Have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for being here.